In this video, we're going to do an update. I'm going to show you some technical analysis, some fundamental information, and why I believe the stock is setting up for a massive rally. To start, we can see that the stock is trading up above the 50-day moving average, is on its way to test the 200-day moving average. So let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. And then on the 4-hour chart, we can see that it's on the cusp of a golden cross. That's when the 50-day moving average crosses up over the 200-day moving average. And the setup is looking beautifully bullish. You can see that it had been trading below the 50-day moving average for this entire year, and for the first time this month it's crossed up above both the 50-day and the 200-day moving average on the 4-hour chart, and it's right on the cusp of doing a golden cross. So the setup looks really bullish. And another thing is that when we take a look at the 45-minute chart, we see that it has been consolidating right on the 50-day moving average. So next week, we can expect to see the stock continue to rally. And I'm going to show you some fundamental information of why I think the stock has short squeeze potential. So if we look at the data on the short float that I have highlighted right here, we see that it's 20% short float, which is incredibly high. Another thing to note is that the short ratio is also very, very high, which means that if the price starts to squeeze, it will take short sellers an average of 7 days to cover their short position. So it wouldn't be a quick short squeeze. If it starts to rally, we can see the short squeeze last up to like a week or at least a couple of days. Another thing to note here on this graph is that you see this resistance line right here that's auto drawn. It's trading on the cusp of that resistance line, and that can be very powerful because once it breaks this resistance line, it'll just go on a major rally. And I think the chart looks very bullish to do that because again, we have this golden cross like right here. So I told you on this channel the way I find stocks like this that has such rally potential. If you take a look at my channel, you see like pretty much every single video I made from the time I post the first video, the stock rallies at least 50%, in some cases like over 100%. The way I find stocks like that is by looking at the discrepancies in the options market. And here you can visually see that there's way more activity on the call side than on the put side. And then if you check the other dates, you see the same thing. There's way more activity on the call side than the put side, which just means that more people are betting that the stock price will move up. And these options, they don't immediately reflect the price because it's not putting any direct pressure on the price. So I'll give you a little more depth. So a lot of times, like say the price does start to rally up above $1. A lot of people will just like the option price, like the option bid and ask will go up and they'll just sell their contract for the profit. But a lot of people choose to exercise. When they exercise, they will just exercise the options to buy the equivalent amount of shares, which will put upward pressure on the stock if the stock price start to rally. And then if it starts to squeeze, then the short sellers have to cover their short position. So it just causes a pretty much upward momentum. So if we take a look at the weekly chart, I have this first resistance line drawn at $1.66. You can see like previously it acted as a support multiple times, but now it broke down as now it will act as a resistance as the price starts to rally up. So we long term, we have a potential of almost 170% gain on the stock. Short term, if we take a look at the daily chart, short term, I definitely see like this. I'm pretty certain that the stock will come up and test this 200-day moving average, which is a massive, still like a 45% gain from this point. But if it blows past this 200-day moving average, as you saw in like some of the other videos I posted, let's take a look real quick. What could potentially happen? Like here, you saw it was like a similar. You see the setup is like so similar. And here, when it touched the 200-day moving average, it just blew past it, and then it just blew past this resistance too. So we could see something similar happen. I've seen things like that happen in other stocks, and if it does happen, then you're looking at a massive, at least, maybe it'll even go past that, but at least a massive 170, 160% profit. But for this short-term trade, I took a position. Again, nothing I say is financial advice or trading advice. Please do your own research. But I'm taking a position right here because it it looks so good. The chart setup is like so beautiful and it looks so good. So let's draw a line and let's look at something real quick. So like the first, if it goes up to this 200-day moving average, that's about 90 cents. And then let's take a look at the 4-hour chart where that would be. You see? And yeah, if we get a golden cross here, there's no reason for it not to come up and test this, at least this 90 cents price point, which would be a massive like 40% gain from here. So overall, this stock has a lot of potential. I'll show you one more thing right here when we take a look at the news, what I have highlighted here. Like, this is one of the reasons you'll see why this stock is doing so well is because President Trump signed a bill that potentially eases federal research restrictions on cannabis and psychedelics. So these are some positive news going into like why the stock is rallying so much. And then one more thing I want to show you that you probably noticed, but I just want to mention specifically, the stock is pretty much trading at near its all-time low. So that's also a really good sign. You know, it from here it just has upward upward potential. It's pretty much trading at near its all-time low. The chart setup looks absolutely beautiful. There's good news coming out via the president signing that bill that we saw. The options look phenomenal. There's way more activity on the call side. And just a little side note, if you want to see how powerful options can be, go to my channel page and take a look at this video right here that I'm highlighting. From $120 to 8K in profit trading options. Take a look at the video to see like how powerful options can be, but also how risky it can be. If I was wrong, then I would lose that entire $102. And the 8K profit isn't typical, but I show you proof. So take a look at that video. That's just like a fun video to see. So take a look at that one. And I guess that's it for this. I don't think I missed anything. Please give this video a like. I really appreciate if you just take a second to just hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel for more updates. And every time I come across a new interesting stock, I will post it on the channel. It has to like meet a lot of different criteria for me to like make a video on a stock. So please subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you can be notified when I do post a video. And please just leave a comment, like interact with me in the comment section. I treat it like a chat room. The channel is so small, so let's just have a conversation about whatever you want in the comment section. I'll respond to every single comment. And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.